If you're early in the stages of launching your voiceover career, should you start by recording your narration demo first? I'll answer that question for you next on this week's Deweese Directive. Hi, I'm Bill Deweese from VoiceOverRevolution.com, voiceover talent, voiceover coach, demo producer, and the author of the book, How to Start and Build a Six-Figure Voiceover Business, which is available on Amazon.com. One of the questions I get asked a lot by voiceover talent who are coming to me to talk about having me produce their demo is, should I begin with my narration demo? And this typically comes from those who believe or understand the fact that probably the largest amount of their work will be coming from narration. Because you may have heard me say before, it's estimated that up to 90% of all of the voiceover work out there would fall under the broad category of narration. You've probably also heard me say that my workload, my daily workload, is about 75%, maybe more, narration. So it stands to reason if you're getting into the voiceover business, you realize that narration will probably be the lion's share of what you do. That logic would say, well, probably should start with that. But my advice as a demo producer, as a business person, as a marketer, somebody who does this and has seen not only my business, but has watched hundreds of others develop over the past decade, my answer is no. I highly recommend that you start with your commercial demo first. That may come as a surprise, but let me share with you why, because there are some very specific reasons why. My observation has been over these past years as being a voiceover talent that, and I find this to be very interesting, I found it quite surprising, that the vast majority, when I say vast, I mean like over 90%, of the people who come to my website and other various websites where my demos are posted on a roster will listen to my commercial demo first, when, as I just mentioned, over 75% of my workload is I'm being hired for narration. I am hired far more often for narration work off the strength of my commercial demo than I am for my narration, because many of those people never even get to my narration demo. So I think one assumption that we can make is that most clients will most likely listen to your commercial demo first, and maybe exclusively. Why is that? Well, it could be any number of reasons, but I think one of the main reasons is that most of your clients will be media production companies that do more than one thing. And so media production companies tend to like to work with people who can not only do one thing, be a one-trick pony, but can do multiple things. So in other words, can you do training? Can you do corporate? Can you do industrial? Can you do documentary work? Can you do commercial work? And so if you have a great commercial demo and demonstrate that you have the ability to effectively record commercials, then most clients will assume that moving to narration is not a far stretch for you, because generally speaking, commercial work is far more demanding and will push you harder in the different directions than narration. There are exceptions to that, as there are in most anything, but generally speaking. So again, and there would be other smaller, less important reasons, but that, again, based on my experience and my observation, would be the main reason that even though you most likely will do mostly narration, you should strongly consider recording your commercial demo first. And I realize that financial considerations are always important because good demos are not cheap. Because there's a lot that goes into a demo. A good producer will find your scripts that are appropriate for you, will provide training beforehand, will handle all directing, all production, editing, mixing, mastering, all of those services for you. So it's not a small task. So when you're investing in that, you want to make sure that you put your money where you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck. I'm not suggesting you not record a narration demo. Actually, I think it's a very good idea to have one. But if you have to choose and start with one, I highly recommend that you consider starting with a commercial demo, because it will position you to be as a utility player to prospective clients who know that you can do more than just e-learning. You can do more than just on hold telephone announcements. You can do more than just corporate, but you can do commercials as well, meeting a broad variety of their needs. I hope you find this video helpful. If you do, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure you subscribe. And by the way, I meant to mention this at the top of the show, and it slipped my mind, which it shouldn't have, but thank you for subscribing to this channel. Officially now over 10,000 subscribers. By far, YouTube's most subscribed to and viewed voiceover-related YouTube channel. And I couldn't do it without you. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch these videos and the incredible feedback, the emails and the comments. And I wish I could take the time to respond to every single comment. But as a full-time voice talent and demo producer as well, it's obviously difficult for me to spend the hours on social media that would require. But I'm glad that you're finding these helpful. And by the way, if you do want information on producing your voiceover demo, your next voiceover demo, be it commercial or narration, simply drop me an email at voiceoverexpert@gmail.com. And then in the subject, just put the word demo, and I'll know what it's all about, and I'll make sure to get to it as soon as I can. We'll talk to you real soon.